The house on Haunted Hollow. In the heart of a dense, shadowy forest lay an old, dilapidated house known as Haunted Hollow. It was the subject of local legends, whispered by parents to their children as a cautionary tale. The rumors spoke of a malevolent presence that dwelled within its walls, vengeful and restless. Those who dared to enter never returned the same, if they returned at all. One gloomy autumn evening, a group of curious teenagers gathered around a crackling campfire. Among them was Ryan, the adventurous daredevil, Sarah, the skeptical skeptic, Alex, the enthusiastic storyteller, and Emily, the kind-hearted believer. The campfire's warm glow cast eerie shadows upon their faces, heightening the suspense as they shared unsettling ghost stories. As the night wore on, Alex, with a glimmer in his eye, declared, "You know what would be really terrifying? If we went to the house on Haunted Hollow tonight." The suggestion sent a collective shiver through the group, but the idea appealed to Ryan's thrill-seeking nature. "Come on, guys. We're not kids anymore. It's just an old house," he said, attempting to hide his own nerves. "I'm not sure about this," Emily hesitated, her voice tinged with worry. "What if the legends are true?" Sarah, ever the skeptic, chimed in. "Haunted or not, it's private property. We shouldn't trespass." But Ryan was relentless. "Think about the stories we'll have to tell. We'll be legends ourselves." The group debated, their hearts torn between curiosity and fear. Eventually, the thrill of the unknown won them over. They resolved to visit the house on Haunted Hollow at the stroke of midnight. With backpacks filled with flashlights and snacks, they set off on their adventure. The forest seemed to close in around them, swallowing every sound, and an eerie silence enveloped the night. The moon cast an ethereal glow on the path ahead as they cautiously ventured deeper into the woods. Finally, the ominous silhouette of Haunted Hollow emerged through the trees. The sight sent shivers down their spines, but they pressed on. Ivy-covered walls loomed before them, and shattered windows stared like empty eyes. Ryan led the way, unlocking the rusty front door with a creak that echoed through the desolate rooms. Upon entering, an icy chill washed over them, and they were greeted by a faint whisper that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The air was heavy with an indescribable presence, and unease crept into their bones. Yet they pushed forward, unable to resist the magnetism of the unknown. As they explored the house's decaying interior, they discovered traces of its haunting past. A child's forgotten doll lying in the dust, faded photographs of unfamiliar faces, and peculiar markings on the walls. Sarah remained skeptical, attributing the strange occurrences to mere coincidence, but the others couldn't ignore the mounting sense of dread. In the heart of the mansion, they stumbled upon a hidden cellar door. It led down into darkness, as if inviting them into the abyss below. The flickering lights of their flashlights cast eerie shadows on the stairs, making the descent even more ominous. Yet they felt an irresistible pull towards the cellar's secrets. The deeper they ventured, the heavier the atmosphere grew. Their flashlights flickered, and the temperature dropped drastically. Strange whispers echoed around them, and unseen hands seemed to graze their skin. Each step felt like crossing a threshold into a world beyond their understanding. In the cellar's darkest corner, they discovered an ancient journal, its leather cover tattered and worn. The pages revealed chilling tales of a family who once lived in the house, tormented by a malevolent entity that had driven them to madness and despair. As they read the haunting entries, the air thickened with sorrow and malevolence. Before they could grasp the implications of their discovery, a spine-chilling wail echoed through the cellar, jolting them to their core. Panic-stricken, they rushed towards the stairs, but the door slammed shut, trapping them within the darkness. Fear gripped them tightly, and they huddled together, seeking solace in one another's presence. The sinister entity seemed to feed off their terror, manifesting as spectral shadows that danced along the cellar walls. Their pleas for escape went unanswered, and the minutes felt like hours in the oppressive darkness. Suddenly, Emily remembered a passage she had read in the journal, an incantation that might banish the malevolent presence. With trembling hands, she recited the ancient words, hoping against hope for a miracle. And just as suddenly as it had started, the torment ceased, and the cellar door creaked open. Gasping for breath, they stumbled out into the night air, the forest greeting them with a sense of relief. The malevolent force seemed to have retreated, leaving them shaken but alive. They knew they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than they could ever imagine. As they made their way back to camp, the night stillness was broken only by the sound of their hurried footsteps. The experience had forever changed them, leaving them with a deeper appreciation for the mysteries of the world and the fragility of human existence. The house on Haunted Hollow remained, shrouded in darkness and secrets, and though they had survived its grasp, they knew they had been forever marked by its haunting presence. Their chilling encounter would be a tale etched in their memories for a lifetime, reminding them that some mysteries are best left undisturbed and some secrets are better left buried in the depths of the night. Over the following days, they couldn't shake the feeling that something had clung to them from their nightmarish visit. Each night they were plagued by disturbing dreams, visions of a malevolent figure lurking in the shadows, reaching out with ethereal hands. Emily, the most sensitive of the group, felt an unsettling presence even when awake, a cold breath on her neck or a fleeting glimpse of movement at the corner of her eye. Desperate for answers, they sought out the town's elderly librarian, Mr. Willingham. He was known to possess a wealth of knowledge about the region's history, including the mysteries surrounding Haunted Hollow. With a hesitant breath, they shared their harrowing experience with him. Mr. Willingham listened intently, his eyes widening with concern. "The house on Haunted Hollow has a dark and storied past," he said in a somber tone. "It was once the residence of the Thorne family, who suffered a series of tragic events. Some say they dabbled in the occult and summoned an ancient malevolent spirit. The entity became bound to the house, wreaking havoc on anyone who crossed its threshold." He continued, "Many brave souls have ventured into the house over the years, hoping to uncover the truth or put an end to the malevolence. But few have returned, and those who did were never the same." Alex, ever the enthusiast for history and mystery, asked, "Is there any way to banish the spirit from the house?" Mr. Willingham's expression grew grave. "It is said that the only way to sever the connection between the spirit and the house is to find the artifact that binds them. It's rumored to be hidden deep within the cellar, a pendant with an ancient symbol etched on it. Destroying the pendant could break the malevolent spirit's hold, but doing so won't be easy. The cellar is a labyrinth of traps and illusions designed to keep intruders at bay." Despite the warning, the group felt a newfound determination to confront the malevolent spirit once more and put an end to its reign of terror. They returned to the house on Haunted Hollow, armed with the knowledge Mr. Willingham had shared. As they entered the house, the familiar chill clung to the air, but this time they were not paralyzed by fear. Emily led the way, clutching the journal and guiding them through the eerie rooms. With each step, they could feel the malevolent presence growing stronger, as if it sensed their purpose. They descended into the cellar, the walls seeming to close in around them. Traps and illusions tested their resolve, but they pressed on, relying on their bond as friends to stay focused. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the darkest corner, the place where the pendant was rumored to lie. And there, amidst the shadows, they found it. A pendant with an intricate symbol etched onto its surface. But before they could make a move, the spirit revealed itself, a terrifying apparition with hollow eyes and ethereal tendrils. With a voice that sounded like nails on a chalkboard, the spirit taunted them, promising them pain and torment. But Emily, undeterred, stepped forward, reciting the incantation she had read in the journal. As she spoke the ancient words, the pendant began to glow with an otherworldly light. The spirit wailed in agony, its form flickering like a dying flame. The friends knew they had to act quickly. Ryan reached out and snatched the pendant, his hand burning with an intense cold. With a surge of strength, he threw the pendant into a nearby fireplace, where it burst into flames. The malevolent spirit let out one final haunting scream before vanishing into thin air. The cellar's oppressive atmosphere lifted, and an overwhelming sense of peace washed over them. They had done it. The malevolent entity was banished, and the house on Haunted Hollow was free from its curse. With the weight of their harrowing journey lifted, they emerged from the cellar, greeted by the morning light filtering through the trees. The house, once a place of fear and despair, now seemed strangely serene, as if the darkness had been cleansed. Word of their brave act spread through the town, and the group became local heroes. They returned to their ordinary lives, but the bond forged through their shared experience at Haunted Hollow remained unbreakable. As time passed, the house on Haunted Hollow faded into history, becoming a distant memory for most. But for Ryan, Sarah, Alex, and Emily, it was an experience that would stay with them forever, a reminder of the power of friendship, the mysteries of the unknown, and the courage to face one's deepest fears. And so the legend of the house on Haunted Hollow continued to be whispered through generations, a reminder of the thin veil between the living and the unknown, and the dangers that lurked in the shadows of curiosity. But whether it was mere myth or a true tale of terror, the enigmatic allure of the house remained, beckoning to those who dared to venture into the realm of the supernatural.